leurs enfants, un clocher pour les mariages, les pionniers traversent le temps, ils rêvent d'un village, des cours d'école pour leurs enfants, un clocher pour les mariages, Maillardville, tu as 100 ans.
McCarthy reporting with Tri-Cities Community Television. We're down in our studios at Lee Square in Port Coquitlam. But today we have a special guest that comes from us from the Coquitlam region, actually the Maillardville region. Madame Dumas, thank you very much for coming into the studio.
Pleasure.
And I know you are an executive director of the Société de Francophone.
Executive and artistic director of Société Francophone de Maillardville.
On the Festival du Bois, if you could just update people on that annual event.
It's a Francophone festival, but it's not all in French, so people who do not speak French should not stay away. They should still come. It's about a celebration, first and foremost, of French-Canadian culture, but we've always, for many, many years now, have included also a world reality also with music and different components that are offered. It's also, it's a family event because it's about families coming with their kids having great time with buskers, with shows for children, activities for children, and there's stuff also for mom and dad to come and enjoy. Great meal, good French-Canadian food, tourtière, and things beyond poutine. There is.
Yeah, I love poutine.
Well, I know, but there is stuff more than poutine. So, you know, having a real French-Canadian fair there and having fun, listening to great music, meeting with great community people. I think that's what the event is all about. It's about a sense of belonging to this specific community. And to me, when I look at Festival du Bois and I look at other festivals happening around Greater Vancouver and even in Vancouver, we're a smaller reality, but we're still a reality that people are very interested in. So for us, you know, it was about making sure we could have a celebration that would showcase our culture, our language, and it's mission accomplished because people have taken an interest. And with the augmentation also of kids attending French immersion programs and French schools and so forth and so on. So the interest has grown over the years. So this has been a very positive thing for the community.
Yeah, for me anyways, I always find it odd sometimes that people go on these transfers to Quebec, but when you go to the Festival du Bois, it feels like you're in Quebec. I mean, yes, you don't have to speak always French, but there's a lot of people who are pure French as their main language, and it's a cultural experience for sure. The question about the history, I mean, for us, and I was one of those folks who wasn't too aware of the deep history of the French culture within Maillardville in the Tri-Cities. Just real quick, if you just remind people about that.
I think Maillardville was first and foremost people that came from the province of Quebec and somewhat around the Ottawa region also. But in the 40s and 50s, you had a lot of migration, people, Francophones coming from Manitoba, Saskatchewan, and Alberta that came and settled here. So I think it's normal that people associate Festival du Bois to Québécois reality, but to me it's not about Québécois reality, it's about French-Canadian reality. So I think that's what we should be thinking about it, because even BC has had large communities and people that have come and are French-Canadians. So to always associate everything that's French to either Quebec or France is a mistake because French is everywhere in Canada.
Yeah, And I know for yourself, one of your real desires is to get a cultural center, a French cultural center. And for those of us who want to help out, or why do you feel that is so important to the region and obviously to your culture?
I think it's important because Maillardville is really the cradle of Francophones in British Columbia. And because of this greater attention given to learning the language, after 8 different studies, it has been demonstrated that there is a true need for French-Canadian Cultural Center here in Coquitlam. And those answers don't come from French Canadians. Those answers come from the Chinese community, the Korean community, the Iranian community, because they want to see their kids have an opportunity outside of school to come and do things in French on weekends, during evenings, really have a place that you can say, like me, when I wanted to learn Italian, I went to the Italian Cultural Center. That's where I went. To me, I wanted the real deal. So for people to sense that our center would be the real deal, because we're not a fake French center. We could be the true reality of what French is all about.
And for those who want to experience Maillardville outside of the festivals, what do you suggest they do? Just to kind of, family weekend or in the week? What are some of the things they can do to kind of immerse themselves in that history of Maillardville?
I think Maillardville, well, they can certainly come to our office and we'll have a chat and a good cup of coffee with them. There's no doubt, but there's events throughout the year. We have a Saint Jean-Baptiste celebration, which is the celebration, a national celebration of French Canadian across the country. So across the country, people celebrate their French heritage every June 24th. June 21st, we have the First Nation, then we have the French Canadian, and then you have Canada Day. So there's all these opportunities that exist out there. And for us also in September, we always have a celebration which is called Les Fêtes de Maillardville. So it's another way for us to showcase our culture, our community, and to do things in French once again. And at our center, our small center that we have right now, we always host people for different things. Yesterday we had an activity with Francophone immigrants from around the world that came and shared an afternoon with us, and there was a workshop on how to deal with the stressful reality of being an immigrant in a new country. So that was interesting. So that's what we hope to be able to bring to people. But our space is limited. It's better than it was, but it's still not what it should be. And hence why we feel it's really needed to expand and have a real reality where culture, Francophone culture, can be celebrated.
So where can people either volunteer or donate or help out? Is there
Well, they can verify our website, www.maillardville.com, or they can call our office at 604-515-7070. And any way they want to help, if they want to donate millions of dollars to build that cultural center, wouldn't that be nice? Or if they just want to donate their time, which is just as important to us, we would appreciate that.
Well, I thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
And all the work you're doing.
Thank you very much.
So this is, again, Patrick McCarthy from Tri-Cities Community Television. If you're looking for some French culture in your life, drop down to Maillardville. They have some museums as well as Mackin House. So there's always something to do there. And for sure, at the Festival de Bois, get that poutine. It is vegetarian gravy for those out there who are vegetarians. So thank you again for watching, and we'll see you on down the trail.
Hello, my name is Natasha Beauregard from Tri-Cities Community Television, and I'm here at Mackin Park to bring you highlights of this year's Festival de Bois.
This year's festival started with performances and artworks on display at Place des Arts.
Oh, well, the past is right behind you. It's right there to remind you it's moving fast. Sometimes healing, it's a mystery that we don't get to see. Sometimes laughing, sometimes crying, sometimes with a lot of fire. It goes onward. And where's the time? The time when I've dreamt it. From the night's most peaceful slumbers, I've heard it. When the skies like loud with thunder, I've known it. When my heart felt full with wonder, east was west and up was under, I have seen it with my eyes. But where's the time? Where's the time? Precious time. Sure hard and fleet of foot, I walk the weary stones. Land my side on broken white and counsel with their bones. Listen far and listen wide, listen across the great divide. Hear them whisper faint and high, they're yelling on the other side. Raise my body, bleach my bones, and set them fall apart. Dear ones, worry not for me, the day my soul departs. Take me to the wildest place and take me there to stay. Hear me whisper faint and high, I'm yelling on the other side. Oh, I'm yelling on the other side. I'm yelling on the other side. Alors, on continue. Tu te lèves avec le soleil et tu tires sur ses rayons pour que ton courage ne coule pas jusqu'au fond. La chance n'est plus de ton côté et t'as envie d'abandonner tes rêves. Alors tu prends la porte, car enfin c'est décidé. Aujourd'hui, tu laisses tes rêves de côté. Alors que tu fais des détours, ils attendent ton retour, tes rêves. Mais je me dis jamais, oh non, ne laisse pas tomber tes rêves maintenant où tu veux aller. On ne sait jamais quand on se posera à tes pieds. Ne jamais dire jamais, non, ne laisse pas tomber. On ne sait jamais quand on se posera à tes pieds. Ne jamais dire jamais, non, ne laisse pas tomber.
Hi there, I'm Linda Reamer, MLA for Anmore, Belcara, Port Moody, and Coquitlam. Just want to wish Festival de Bois a very happy occasion and many more to come. I've enjoyed attending this ever since I was first elected as a city councillor in Coquitlam and now as MLA.
I'm here with Mayor Stewart. Mayor Stewart, why is this festival important to you?
Well, the Francophone community here in Maillardville really started, it started more than 100 years ago, and we celebrate that great Francophone reality. We're the largest French-Canadian community in Western Canada, and it's a community I grew up in. It's a community that really celebrates its Frenchness, and this festival is all about not just maple syrup and poutine, but the incredible culture of French Canada.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the official opening ceremonies of the 27th edition of le Festival du Bois de Maillardville. Veuillez accueillir Madame Joanne Dumas, directrice générale et artistique de la Société francophone de Maillardville. Please welcome Madame Joanne Dumas, Executive and Artistic Director for la Société francophone de Maillardville.
Bienvenue, welcome to our festival this year again. I'm so pleased that you've come to be part of this celebration again this year. This year is a very special celebration because we are celebrating the 125th anniversary of the city of Coquitlam. So for me, as it is every year, I pass on the emceeing of this segment of our festival to the Honorable Richard Stewart, Mayor of Coquitlam.
Thank you, Joanne. Merci, Joanne. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Maillardville. Welcome to Festival du Bois, our grand celebration of la francophonie ici à Colombie-Britannique. Je vous souhaite tous bienvenue ici à Maillardville, bienvenue à notre festival, et je vous souhaite tous un bon festival. I want to acknowledge all of the volunteers, tous les bénévoles qui ont fait an amazing job out there putting this together and ordering this weather. So thank you very much to the volunteers who did that. And as Joanne said, this is our 125th anniversary as a city, and this is the 27th Festival du Bois. I've been coming to Festival du Bois since I was 10. And 27 years ago, we started this great festival, and it has grown into what it is today. I want to acknowledge some folks here that are here from various levels of government, because you can't have a celebration without celebrities, and here they are. I'll begin with our Member of Parliament, Finn Donnelly.
Merci, Richard. Bonjour tout le monde. All right, welcome to the 27th Annual Festival du Bois, and welcome to Maillardville. Please enjoy the French music, the fine food, and of course the culture that's going to be happening all weekend. Thank you to the organizers of the festival, especially to Joanne Dumois. Where is Joanne? She's already working, so a big thanks to Joanne and her fine team, and thank you to all the volunteers who make this event possible. How about a big round of applause for all the volunteers? And finally, I have a very special acknowledgement that I want to do today to recognize one of the founders of Festival du Bois, and you're going to have to bear with me. Félicitations, Léon Lebrun est un des responsables du Festival du Bois qui a reçu le prix du gouverneur général du Canada. I think what I said was, congratulations to Léon Lebrun, who is right here, on getting a Governor General Award for his work, his tireless work in Maillardville and Festival du Bois. Fantastic. So, merci, Leon. And the Trans-Canada Trail is the hard work he has been working on for years. He's part of Trails BC. He has done an amazing amount of work in this area. I think the mayor is going to talk a little bit more about that acknowledgement, but I wanted to also share my congratulations. Amusez-vous bien and laissez les bons temps rouler.
Monsieur Donnelly, c'est magnifique. Il a appris le français très bien, oui. And of course, I was going to actually speak about Monsieur Lebrun, but I won't have to do it in French now because it's already been done. But we're going to do that in a moment. But right now, I'm going to turn to our provincial representative, who's Mark Dalton. He's the MLA, le député pour Maple Ridge Mission.
Merci beaucoup, Monsieur le maire. Et est-ce qu'il y a des monde qui parle français ici? Levez la main. Ok, bien, je peux parler un peu en français. C'est vraiment toujours un grand plaisir ici. Je suis ici, je suis député de Maple Ridge Mission. Je suis ici avec ma collègue Linda Reamer, là-bas. Et aussi, il y a des autres députés, Selena Robinson et Vin Donnelly. Donc, on est toujours très contents à venir ici. So, thank you very much. Want to say a special thank you to the Society, Société de Maillardville, the Francophone de Maillardville, for all the work that you've done over the years. Maillardville, over 100 years ago, this is where that's where quite a few families moved here. It's where the Francophone culture started and where it continues. So, vous êtes le cœur de la francophonie aussi à la Colombie-Britannique. C'est changé, mais c'est toujours important. Et comme gouvernement, on est ici, on sait que les francophones, font partie très importante pour nous. So, I was a teacher beforehand. There's a lot of people out there that speak French, and about 250,000 students went to French immersion in other schools, so they're out there, it's just a matter of using it. So, anyways, merci beaucoup, bonne journée, et j'espère que vous allez aimer bien le festival. Au revoir.
Merci, Marc. And now, actually, I once served as the MLA for Coquitlam-Maillardville. J'étais autrefois le député pour Coquitlam-Maillardville et aussi le député responsable des affaires francophones. Aujourd'hui, I would like to introduce the current MLA for Coquitlam-Maillardville, Selena Robinson.
Merci beaucoup. Bienvenue à Coquitlam-Maillardville, Maillardville au cœur de la communauté depuis 1909. I'm very proud to be the MLA for Coquitlam-Maillardville and to celebrate the heart of our community right here in Maillardville. And I have a very quick story about the value of teaching our children French. I had the benefit of going to French immersion, late immersion when I was a child, and my daughter and son also went to late immersion. And my daughter just called me last week. She has an international job. She works in New York. And she said, Mom, thanks for making sure that I learned to speak French because I had to use it. I had to speak with some leadership in Belgium and France, and I'm so thrilled that I got a chance to use it. So for all of us who've made that choice for our children and for all of you whose parents made the choice for you, it's important to have a second language. And here we are celebrating a fabulous second language. I want to thank all the volunteers and all the sponsors. We couldn't do it without you. Special thanks to Joanne and her crew for putting this on. Félicitations, c'est le 27e pour le festival. It's the 27th year of the festival. It's wonderful. Enjoy the food, enjoy the music, and have a great time. And thanks for the great weather.
And we have one other MLA, and I'd like to invite her to come up for just a couple of words. The MLA for Coquitlam, Port Moody. She says Port Moody, Coquitlam, but it's really our own former colleague, Linda Reamer.
Bonjour, comment ça va? I'm Linda Reamer. My riding is Anmore-Belcarra, Port Moody, and Coquitlam. I've been so pleased to have been here for many, many years in a row, dating back to when I first became a Coquitlam City Councillor. I want to take the opportunity to thank all the wonderful volunteers Joanne Dumont and the Society of the Francophone de Maillardville. And they've done an absolutely fabulous job, and they continue to do this year after year. Much appreciated. I hope you all have a wonderful time enjoying the food and the culture. Thank you.
We have one other person that's going to be speaking, but first I want to introduce some of my colleagues at Coquitlam City Council. We've got 3 members of council, and any of them that wants to talk can, but we've got Councillor Bonita Zarillo, Councillor Craig Hodge, and wearing his special Irish frog hat, Councillor Terry O'Neill. Now, it's a very busy day today. We've got a kids sport event and a Dominic Mobilio soccer tournament, so some other council members couldn't make it, but all of council joins in this grand celebration of the heart of Coquitlam's French community. And now, representing la Fédération Francophone de la Colombie-Britannique, Monsieur Robert Breton.
Bonjour, comment? Je suis ravi d'être ici aujourd'hui comme directeur général de la Fédération des francophones de la Colombie-Britannique pour vous communiquer les félicitations du conseil d'administration de l'organisme porte-parole de la province. Before I translate, I was going to say this is really cool to be on stage. I've come to the Festival du Bois many times, but this is the first time I actually get to look out onto this wonderful public. Le Festival du Bois est un événement phare qui s'inscrit dans le cadre des rendez-vous de la francophonie et qui célèbre la langue française et ses cultures à travers tout le Canada. Le Festival du Bois is a key event for British Columbia within the Rendez-vous de la Francophonie, a pan-Canadian celebration of French language and of its many cultures. Le succès du festival est la preuve que la communauté francophone de Maillardville demeure attractive et dynamique dans une province qui compte plus de 300 000 parlants français. This festival's ongoing success is a demonstration of the continued vitality of Maillardville, the birthplace of our Francophone community here in British Columbia, which now numbers over 300,000 speakers. C'est merveilleux de voir autant d'activités au parc McLean aujourd'hui. And I would really like to thank Joanne Dumont and her team for their very hard work in organizing this festival. Merci Joanne. Et bien sûr, merci au conseil d'administration de la Société francophone de Maillardville. Finally, thank you very much for your patience in listening to all these wonderful speeches. And I hope to see you here next year, 2017, for the sesquicentennial edition of the Festival du Bois. J'espère que nous aurons rendez-vous ensemble en 2017 pour le 150e anniversaire du Canada. Merci, thank you.
Et puis c'est tout, and that's all. I know how wonderful those speeches were, but the music that's coming shortly, it promises to be even better, even better. But my last notes were going to be to a special congratulations to Léo Lebrun. Léo Lebrun, one of our own who was awarded the Médaille du Gouverneur Général du Canada, the Governor General's Caring Canadian Award, primarily for the tremendous work, although he was one of the founders of this festival, some of the tremendous work he has done in building trail, in building connections across this country. The Trans-Canada Trail, I suspect, almost all of it, he had a hand in it. And Léo Lebrun, one more time, thank you very much. Merci beaucoup. Au nom de nous tous, on behalf of all of us, bon festival.
For the rest of the show, we will bring you a performance by Maillardville's very own Ella West at the Mackinhouse.
Dans cette armille à deux bras,
Well, once again, it was Festival du Bois this weekend with Under the Sunshine. And the 27th anniversary was a great success because a lot of our volunteers were there present to make it happen for us, the great music, and of course all those nice people that come year after year to see and visit us. Thank you.
Maillardville, tu as 100 ans.
This program was made possible by funding provided by the City of Coquitlam, the Francophone Affairs Program of BC, and TELUS.